Hi, in this video I shall be sharing with you the rule of 72. Now if you look at the chart in the last video, let's take a number, let's say at 11th year. The amount is something like $19,284. Now let us go down the chart and look at which year does this number double itself. Now you notice that the number lies somewhere in between 18th to 19th year. Now similarly, let us take another example. Let us say at 20th year. Now the amount is around 45,500. Let us go down the line and then check at which year does this number double itself. Now the year that it doubles itself is somewhere between 27th and 28th year. And another example, let's say at 29th year, the amount is 107,219. Let us check which year does it double itself. And the year lies between 35 and 36 year. Do you notice that there is some commonality between all these examples? Now you notice that the interest rate of 10%, the number starts to double itself every 7 to 8 years. That brings us to this topic called Rule of 72. Rule of 72 is the number of years that an amount would take to double itself. Now in this case, the interest rate is at 10%, and therefore by using the Rule of 72, we get 72 divided by 10, and that gives us 7.2. So it means that every 7.2 years, the number more or less double itself. Now similarly, if we go the other way around, it also means it takes 7.2 years for the number to halve of itself. Now if you just want to have a very quick idea of situations, or if you do not want to go too detailed into the mathematics of it, now the Rule of 72 is a very useful tool. Now let us take examples like, let's say somebody tells you the inflation rate is 3% per annum. So what does that mean to you? So it means that using the Rule of 72 divided by 3, it means that every 24 years, the inflation will double itself. It also means that, let's say you buy a hamburger today at $5, after 24 years, this hamburger should cost you $10. Now, of course, I'm generalizing myself, but then that more or less gives us an idea of what kind of inflation are we talking about. Now, similarly, let's say in property, somebody tells you the property prices is increasing at 5% per annum. Again, what does that mean to you? Now, it means that, let's say you're eyeing a property and this property price is at $1 million today. Based on Rule of 72, it would take something like 14 to 15 years. That is 72 divided by 5. The property price will start to double itself. So by 14 to 15 years down the road, the property price would have cost you $2 million. In a similar way, let's say you owe a credit card company $10,000 because you went for a vacation. Now, based on the credit card's interest rate of 24%, it means by end of 3 years, not only you have to pay $10,000, you actually have to pay another $10,000 to the bank or the credit card company. So it means that not only you buy a vacation for yourself, you actually bought a vacation also for the bank as well as the credit card company. So all these numbers will start to make sense when you have an idea of the Rule of 72. In fact, it can be used in any other where else. For example, somebody tells you our muscle mass decreases 8% per annum. So it means that for every 9 passing years, our muscle mass will get half of itself, and that is why when a person comes to around the age of 70, they start to have weaker muscles. Now similarly, if we go on, let's say a bank pays you just 0.5% per year. That means that it will take you 144 years for your bank account to double itself. By 144 years, it means that whatever you have given the amount to your son, who pass it to his son, and to pass it to your great-grandson, and he comes to you after 144 years at the front of your tomb and tell you, well, the account has doubled itself. And that is the amount of time that you need, 144 years. On a serious note, if you have invested or if you have been investing, and if without much of effort, your investment gave you around, say, 6% per year, well, it's not a bad situation, right? Because you are able to get 6% per year, and by the end of 12 years, it will double itself. So based on rule of 72, every 12 years, the amount that you have invested gets double itself. And that is exactly what insurances are all about. When you buy an endowment plan, you go for, say, 30 years, and that is how things get magnified. Of course, insurance doesn't pay you at 6%, they probably pay you around 2 to 3%. Yeah? But that is how things works, right? And all these are power of compounding. So of course, in situations where you are able to get a return of, say, 6% and an inflation is at 3%, at least you can get a difference. In other words, you are slightly better off compared to if you were to put in a bank of 0.5% and the inflation is running at 3%, then you definitely will get yourself worse off of -2% per annum. So it means that every 28 to 29 years, your money would have half itself. In other words, the inflation has eaten your money put in the bank account. So I hope this lesson gave you an idea of the realities around us and the importance of rule of 72. Now, what is the message here? Now, by understanding the rule of 72, a lot of things will become clearer and more meaningful to you. So I hope you learn this lesson and understand rule of 72 by your fingertips, and it will go a long way in your financial journey. Thanks and bye-bye.